Hello, everyone. You're listening to Those Other Girls with Mallory and Friends. I'm Mallory.
I'm Victoria.
And I'm Melanie.
And we are changing culture and bringing back traditional values.
Welcome to the weekly Teacap. This week, it's the end of a quarter, and so of the fiscal year. So I feel like it's just more crap happens at the end of the quarter. I feel
I didn't even.
Yeah. So
of the fiscal year.
I know this stuff because I deal with a lot of quarter stuff with work. So it's January, February, March is quarter one. April, May, June is quarter two, and that's your year half. And then July, August, September is quarter three. October, November, December is quarter four. So that's if your fiscal year goes from January to December.
Okay.
So this is also a good point to make that's how majority of political candidate campaigns are.
That makes sense because I got a bunch of random emails. It's almost the end.
Yep. So we will know probably at the end of because I'm our treasurer for the Guilford Bayars. So
oh my goodness, bless your heart.
Yeah, I know. There's no one else to do it. And I'm like, you know what? I'm a math person. I like balancing numbers. This is fun. It's relaxing. Anywho, but those are due mid July. So we should know at the end of July our US Senate numbers and who's leading that from the GOP primary side.
Oh, I'm excited. So, and Melanie, we are having a very, very, very important Senate race next year. 2022.
Yeah, in North Carolina.
And North Carolina.
So
and
according North Carolina is the number one US Senate race. So we were number one in 2020 and we'll be number one in 2022.
Yes.
Okay.
So according to the GOP chairperson, Michael Watley, he said that North Carolina is going to be the eye of the hurricane in 2022. That's what he said.
God bless us.
I know. So that also means, Melanie, you're going to have to come and do some campaigning.
Oh my gosh.
Your favorite thing to do is some door knocking.
You gonna pay me?
Weren't you the number one door knocker one summer?
I've never been the number one door knocker because I've always been an advocate for quality door knocking over quantity door knocking.
Yes.
And there's some people out there who they just want to get the numbers. They don't even actually wait at the door, or they won't even go and knock at the door. And so I go up, I wait 20 seconds, and then I'm on my way, which is some quality door knocking. And because of that, I never was number one door knocker.
Do we know someone who, I feel like I know someone that was. Who was the number one door knocker last year?
For who, Students for Life? Or?
Yeah, for Students for Life.
I feel like at one of the deployments I was on, I think it was Lauren Marlowe because of her long legs. Well, she could walk really quickly.
Funny.
And Miles Wiley.
I was gonna say, now that I'm thinking about it, Miles is really dedicated. He door knocked with our group in Georgia last year, and that he has a plan. I wouldn't say we were lollygagging. That's not the right word. We were being useful of our time. And Miles is like, no, we need a plan to do X, and we were like, oh, okay. So you're a professional door knocker, I see. So maybe it was Miles. But anyway, North Carolina has we're gonna have it hard.
Yep.
Texas, Melanie lives in Texas. Do you know anything coming up in Texas?
Well, they have.
We have our special session that's going to be starting soon.
This is interesting. So my husband grew up in Texas. He actually went to Texas A&M. So he was telling me in Texas they only have one session, or in North Carolina we have a long session and a short session. And so because the Democrats all walked out on one specific vote, the governor has called for a special session. Is that right?
Yeah, so I think the thing that they walked out for, there was some bills trying to be passed to protect voter integrity, protect the way how our elections are run. And so I don't remember the specific thing that they walked out on, but because of the ideology of needing an ID is somehow racist, et cetera, the Democrats walked out. I think that's right.
Funny because, sorry, states like, I think New York has voter ID, like California, like your top blue states in the country all have voter ID.
Yeah, so I think what it is in Texas that is trying to be passed is these regulations on, for example, you can't drop off your ballot at a certain time, and like just like condensing the time frame of being able to vote, and that it has to be in person. And I don't remember the other specifics, but things that they didn't like.
I think if we can make it as accessible and as easy and like as uniform and like not quick, what is the word I'm thinking of, like
efficient,
convenient,
efficient and convenient, both. If we could just do that, I don't see what's wrong with changing the rules.
But yeah, I've heard the idea before of making election day like a holiday, so that nice everybody has off of work. I've heard that idea. I like that. I think it's a win-win for everybody.
Well,
nobody can complain. You got work off and you got the opportunity to go vote in person. So,
and then they know why they have work off.
Yeah, that too. Okay, so really quick, you guys. So we have a lot to talk about, but first I want to talk about something really cool that's happening on Sunday. It's going to be the 4th of July.
Yay!
So, Victoria, Melanie, what are your favorite 4th of July memories or traditions or something like that?
So my family used to have a lake house that my grandparents had owned, and like every 4th of July we would go there, and on 4th of July there would be a parade, and because everybody drives around golf carts, and so everyone would decorate their golf carts and then like drive down, and that was like a lot of fun. So that was like one of my favorite traditions. We don't have the lake house anymore since my grandparents have died. But I would also say my other favorite memory was when I was interning in DC back in 2017. We spent like the whole day walking around DC for July 4th, and then went to the 4th on the Capitol, I think. Capitol on the 4th, something like that. It's whatever they show on PBS is like the concert, and like John Stamos was hosting it, and the Beach Boys are there, and then they had like fireworks at the end. And so that was like a really cool like experience.
Nice. For me, it's definitely been going to the park and cracking open that watermelon during the day, and then fireworks at night. And where I live is in the city, and we have this ordination on, or is that the word? That
ordinance?
No ordination on no fireworks in the city limits, but people still do it anyways. So that's
even illegal in North Carolina. I mean, past week, it's illegal in North Carolina. The past week, our neighbors are doing it. Don't get me started on the children with the fireworks, and I can't stand that annoys me. If it's not the 4th of July, you don't need to do the fireworks, but they do it in our neighborhood. There's the kids are out there. The youths are out there doing fireworks.
Oh my God. Did I tell you we have these like teenagers that live near us, and like they're all off for summer, like we're in our apartment complex.
Oh,
and like one of like the girls lives like below us in that little friend group, so they're always like running up and down the stairs, driving the dogs nuts. And I'm like, Sasha comes home, I'm like, those youths again. And he's like, I swear if you say that one more time.
The youths.
He doesn't get it. I'm like, it's her new girl. Youths.
The youths. But yeah, so
what's yours?
Fireworks. Were you done, Melanie?
Well, I made that face because I didn't know the reference. So I feel like I'm just equally as like out of touch.
You need to watch New Girl.
Yeah, you should watch. I think you would like it. New Girl. And there's like a reference. What is it? He goes like, well, anyway, it doesn't matter. We'll talk about it.
I wanted to hear the reference.
He says something. Are you talking about the Republican thing? And he was like, did he say like, Oh gosh. Okay, keep
well,
going.
my favorite, he acted like he was like one of Mitt Romney's sons.
That was funny. There's an episode where he pretends he's one of Mitt Romney's sons.
Is New Girl on Netflix?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And what you call it?
I don't know what you call it
too.
Is that a new streaming service? What you call it?
Yeah, it's right next to What's it? Hulu.
Okay. Hulu. I do need a new show. I just finished watching iCarly.
The new one? Is it worth getting Paramount Plus?
I have not watched the new one. I have not. I didn't even know the new one's out yet.
It's on Paramount Plus.
Yes. I want to see it. If you're listening, let us know if it's worth it, because I really do. Honestly, I was going to post on Facebook. Anybody let me use your Paramount account, because I really want to watch it. I saw like a clip. It's this guy. He makes fun of like shows and everything. So I've seen a clip of it. And wait, who is that? Who's
That's not mine.
Oh, that Manolo.
Yeah, it's mine. I can't believe you can hear that. No. Okay, go on. Let me close my door.
But yeah, the iCarly was interesting.
I've been wanting. What's the other one I was wanting it? Paramount Plus, and I was debating between that and Stars. My aunt told me, have you seen the trailers for like the Spanish Queen and like the White Princess and all that? That's like based on like the time period of like the Tudors, and like the Spanish Queen was like Catherine of Aragon. And my aunt told me, she's like, you would love that. Like, you really need to watch it. So I'm like torn between getting Stars or Paramount Plus, or I really don't need any more streaming services.
I don't want to see anything out. Like, if new show comes out, don't tell me that.
And the Peacock, that was the other one. I was like, yeah, I want Peacock. Like, that's where The Office is.
Stop. I'm like, stop showing me. Stop showing me.
Like, why can't
yeah, but I definitely like want to watch the new iCarly. If somebody gives me their Paramount password, I will, because I gotta know like what's happening now. What happened to Sam? Why is Freddie divorced?
Sam is not on there.
I know exactly.
Well, I already saw like the teaser for that. They're like, she's like in like a biker gang or something.
That's stupid. I'll be the first to say it. That's stupid.
Well, it follows with her character,
I guess. But yeah, okay, so we definitely, somebody listening, let us know if Paramount Plus is worth getting to see iCarly. It sounds as if all three of us really want to watch it. Wait, we can donate to those other girls so we can get a Paramount Plus.
No, that's not what we're using that money for.
Just joking, everybody. Just joking. Okay.
I mean, I thought it was a good idea.
So my favorite tradition is definitely fireworks. No matter what, I try to always see fireworks. Like last year, we went to my best friend and I went to a drive-in movie. We saw the fireworks and the movie started. We both started falling asleep. First of all, Ghostbusters.
How do you being the science fiction nerd? How do you fall asleep in Ghostbusters?
Boring. It was so boring. So we started falling asleep. So then we went home. We didn't even finish the movie, but we saw fireworks, and that to me is the most important thing. So this year we're kind of up in the air about what we're going to do. But I was like, as long as we could just go somewhere to see fireworks, even if we just have to pull off to the side of the road somewhere and there's fireworks, I'll be fine.
Do the Knights not do anything like the local baseball team?
They do, and when I was younger, we used to do that like more than once. But I don't really want to be in Charlotte for.
Good point.
I thought you said fireworks are illegal in the entire state.
Yeah, to do them by yourself. Like to do them in your neighborhood. Like if the police came into our neighborhood, they could take them, and they don't sell fireworks in North Carolina either. Mm-hmm. You have to go across the border.
People cross the border to South Carolina and Virginia to get fireworks.
Yeah, you have to cross the border to get fireworks.
Then I think for a really cool side hustle, you can go across the border, buy some fireworks, go back, upcharge, like sell them, make your money. You'd be like, hey, yo, it's July 4th. I know you want this.
I'd have to cut this out because this is exactly what they will use in court.
But you're not actually going to do it, though.
No, of course not. No, I wouldn't. I like low-key get nervous around sparklers. I wouldn't.
I hate fire. Ugh.
I don't like fire. I don't like. It's
well,
not
okay,
fun.
I'm perfectly fine with like a bonfire, but like sparklers like freak me out.
Yeah, they make me uncomfortable. I'll do it for the picture. It'll probably be like that.
I'll do it for the gram, but once the picture's taken, give me the water.
Yeah, it's like, oh my god, take it. Like that's how it is. Okay, so I hope everybody has a beautiful 4th of July, and we take the time to remember that we live in the greatest country in the entire world. Let's get into the topics.
Can I give you a quick life hack I learned this week?
Yes, let's do it.
Okay, so I was on vacation with my family, and I forgot my shaving cream. So I used my dad's shaving cream to shave my legs. It is the best thing ever. Women's shaving cream's a joke. I used his shaving cream. I always cut myself shaving. His shaving cream, no, it's so much nicer. It has like one of those like cooling effects to it.
Oh.
I'm like, this is ridiculous. Mine is so much more expensive than his, and it's like a tenth of the quality. Like it's like awful.
Well, men's razors are better too.
Yes,
I would get more men's razors, except pink. I'm just drawn to it, so I forget. But men's razors are better.
Well, you can use men's shaving gel. Like it was just so much nicer. And like usually, like this is TMI, but like the hair on my legs grow back pretty quickly. But it's like I feel like it's so much like better. Like I got like a deeper shave with it compared to what I would get on like a women's.
Wow, and that's probably on purpose. Okay, so since we're talking about shaving legs, and then we really should get on topic. How often do you shave your legs?
Probably at least twice a week.
Melanie, how often do you shave your legs?
Oh my gosh, like never. I go like months without shaving.
Like you just don't want to, or like you just don't have to.
It's a mix of both. Like if it's winter time, there's no need.
That's different. But like during the summer,
like right now, I haven't shaved. I don't know, in like 2 weeks, and I don't feel a need to. Like there's definitely hairs there.
I have to do it at least once a week. So I do like a deep like with oh god, what's it called?
Shaving cream.
Not shaving cream. What's the shaving lotion? Starts with a V.
Venus?
Vida.
No.
It's Venus.
Is that the commercial?
No,
I think it's
Venus.
Your
hair
Venus
removal, like shaving lotion.
Nair.
Nair.
I said it first.
Yeah, so I have to do like Nair once a week, and then I'll do like a touch up in the shower.
Oh
wow.
My gosh.
Okay,
and
so
I
like
have crazy thick hair.
Crazy
too.
to me.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest, especially if I'm not in a relationship, I literally don't see the point of shaving. Not that back up. After I said it, I realized that sounded wrong. Okay. I don't care, but I realize that like most guys are like, oh, your legs are hairy. So I don't.
Then he's not the one for you, sis. No. And like ever since I embraced just the body that God gave me and the way that he created our bodies, and I'm like, if hair's natural, why do we have to shave it?
Well, my thing is why give us the hair first?
Yeah, like there
must be some like biological reason of why like this was necessary at some point. Like our brows have a purpose, like to keep sweat from going into our eyes.
I didn't know that. That makes sense now.
I learned that this week actually. Anyways, but yeah, I don't
care about.
I don't ever feel pressured to shave unless I want to for myself. Like I'm at the point now, like I don't even this is getting into real TMI. I don't care though. That like I am sick of even having to remove the hair in my bikini area. Why?
Ooh,
why?
I got a bikini shaver, one of those not what is it called?
Waxer?
Not like a razor, like an electric bikini. Razor.
Oh my god, an electric one?
Oh my god, it's so
Sounds
like
awful.
I don't nick myself anymore. It's so much nicer.
So the thing is I just don't care. So like
Okay, well, why I'm saying all this is because we were on vacation. We went to a water park, and so I had to everything was shaved down there.
Okay, so like stuff like that, like, and even my legs. Like, for example, I shaved my leg. I'm probably gonna shave them this weekend because I'm going tubing and I'm gonna be around people.
Where are you going tubing?
The Catawba River. I think
that'd be fun.
Yeah, come down.
I really wanted to do tubing on vacation. My mom's like, I don't put my feet in river water.
Oh,
like,
well,
you never know what might be there.
I mean, that's probably true, but, and I'm gonna shave them because I'm gonna be around people, but this is embarrassing, but I'm gonna share it anyway. I fell off the couch and I have this terrible bruise on my leg, and I fell off the couch like legit like a month ago, and it's still there. So that's the other reason I haven't shaved my legs, because it's gonna hurt. I have no idea why it's not.
That's actually, oh god, I'm trying to remember. There's a health reason. If you bruised and it's not healing, if it doesn't heal, like if it takes forever to heal.
I don't want to hear it.
I don't remember what it is.
Don't tell me. But yeah, like, and it's so embarrassing, but I'm gonna embrace that too. Like, you know what I did? I fell off the couch. I don't even know how or why, and it left me with a terrible, terrible bruise that like still is sensitive. And I know if I shave my legs, it's gonna hurt. But I'm gonna shave like then, like, but like I really don't care. I wish I cared more though. Like I wish I was more like, yeah, let me shave here. I just don't.
Yeah. But yeah, so my pro tip. Here's my pro tip in life. Men's products are a lot more better. Like I use men's deodorant. It's a lot better than women's deodorant.
Oh, really? I didn't know about the deodorant.
Yeah, it's like deodorant, razors, like anything like men's is so much more better than women's. Because I think it's like women care, so they're willing to pay more. When men's like, just need us, and we don't want a man smelling bad.
Fair. And if you throw something pink on it, I'm probably gonna look at it a little bit longer. Like I'll I'll go back and let me see if it's pink. Okay, so we should really get into the things because we have a lot to go over.
Yes. Can I add? I'm going to add one real quick. So we'll go ahead. All right, guys. So these are the top stories you need to know for your weekly Teacap. Mal, did you hear about the zebra cobra that escaped in Raleigh? It's like one of the most venomous snakes.
Zebra cobra?
A zebra cobra escaped in downtown Raleigh near like the NCGA.
Oh my gosh.
And so what this snake does, it can spit venom up to 9 feet and into the eye.
Zebra.
I hate snakes. I'm terrified of snakes. But they did catch it yesterday. So the missing zebra cobra that for days had a Northwest Raleigh neighborhood stepping lightly with their heads on a swivel was captured Wednesday night, but authorities have yet to reveal what, if any, charges are pending in the case. Raleigh police said Wednesday night that the highly venomous cobra has been located and safely removed.
Well, how did it get out?
Yeah, that's the crazy part.
Also, too, like, I am not, so I'm going to sound callous, and I don't mean to, but this is the heel I think I'm not going to die on, but, you know, I'll get injured on. Okay, hot take coming in. We have dominion over animals, so I really, like, I just don't care, like, what people, like, you know, don't hurt animals, because that's wrong, but, like, I just really, like, the zoos, I think, are fine. Like, I don't think zoos are that big of a deal. So I love a good zoo. Now, I am confused why we would have incredibly venomous snakes on purpose. See, I get why they're there accidentally. But why are they there on purpose?
Yeah, so it just seems like, and I'm like scrolling through the article because I'm wondering, I'm like scrolling through because I'm wondering if it's like someone's pet. Because I don't really think a venomous snake like that would escape the zoo, and we don't have a zoo in Raleigh. So that makes me think this is someone's pet. And I'm like,
wait, I thought you said a zoo.
No.
Oh.
Because there's no zoo. Oh, God, why am I keep looking at pictures? From
the owner's house. Why did I heard zoo?
Yeah, it is someone who owned it. So apparently owning a venomous snake is legal in North Carolina. I'm calling my representative tonight.
But not fireworks.
That needs to be illegal.
Right. but not fireworks.
John Harster, if you're listening to this, get rid of that venomous snake law. I can't. Ugh. But like my thing is like, why would you want to do that? Like, wouldn't you be freaking out because like they do get loose,
right? Honestly, but okay. So I'm gonna sound like a hypocrite. You want to know what I really, really want, especially now that I know they're just like 2,500.
What?
A tiger.
Oh my gosh, I knew
Have
it.
you watched Tiger King yet?
Yes, and honestly, it made me want one. I don't get like God. I know that was not the purpose of the, but I was like, oh my gosh, I want one. I want a tiger. They're just 2,500.
Okay, well, when you die,
2,500. When I die, bury me with my tiger. Make sure you. Okay. So this kind of reminds me of a couple. I want to say maybe like last week, like every healthy single 26-year-old, I watched the local news, Inside Edition, and then world news every day.
Not in that order, because Inside Edition comes on at 7.
Yes, world news comes on at 6:30. So I think it was Inside Edition. There was someone whose monkey got like attacked the daughter, and I'm not laughing because it's not funny. What was funny was how quick this lady turned on the monkey. She was like, she said something like, yeah, he attacked my daughter, something. If y'all sneak in the back, you can take him by surprise. It was just like funny how you normally be like, don't kill my animal. And the lady's like, come on, sneak him. If you good from behind, you can take him by surprise. You got to put him down, kill him. And it's just, to me, that was just so funny because normally people are like, no, even though it murdered my child, I still wanted to live free. That's how people act. But this lady was like not taking it. It was just like, nah, kill it. That's what this reminds me of.
Good. I like her attitude.
Me
few years ago in 2017, no, I was not going to go down that road. Oh my gosh. No, I was in a car accident, and the reason why I got dominoed, and the woman who caused the initial accident, we were on the highway going like 70 miles an hour, and she halted, and she claims that there was a dog that she stopped for, but then that caused like this ripple effect of these cars bumping into each other. So ever since then, I have that same attitude like the woman and her beloved monkey. Like, I'm like, if I'm driving the car, if I have a baby in the back seat, like, sorry,
move out my way,
sorry, doggy. Like, sorry, you got to go. Human life, animal life.
You haven't met my dogs. My dogs identify as humans. First
oh my goodness.
So
I'm in love with my dog, Manolo. I'm in love with him.
Oh yeah.
Like, I'm in love with him.
We didn't even know she had other dogs. She talked so much about Manolo. I had no idea she had 3 other dogs. None. She's 4 dogs, and all she talks about is Manolo.
Well, I have a shirt that says my dog is my soulmate, and my husband's not happy.
And see, I don't have any animal. I am in a chinchilla Facebook group because I'm going to be getting chinchillas eventually.
A chinchilla Facebook group.
Yeah, I joined a Facebook group. Yeah, for chinchilla owners. I don't own one yet, but I'm going to own one soon. As in like by the end of the year. I'm hoping for. Anyway, so I don't have like this emotional connection to animals, and I don't think I've ever been that way. I mean, I miss my hamster Winnie. Named after Winston Bishop, R.I.P. Winnie. But like, I don't feel like very like I don't know. I just think humans are so much more important than animals. So,
and they are.
Yeah. So, and I feel because like this is a hot take because people are not like that. I mean, no shade to lovely Victoria, but we had a discussion about dogs in heaven, and I had actually. Do you
know?
How do you feel about dogs in heaven?
Okay, so I don't know. I'm kind of like, just like whatever happens, like I'll know it when I'm there. Is like my opinion. I've heard different beliefs. I've heard that, well, if heaven is perfect, which it is, then of course, why wouldn't our beloved animals be there? But then I've heard other things that also make sense to me, that humans have an immortal soul and other animals don't. And so because they don't have immortal souls, they're not going to be in the next life.
What if
So I've
my
heard
dog
that
identifies as a
too.
human?
If your
I
dog
don't
identifies
know.
as a human, you know,
well, here's another thing I think about is how the Bible talks about how all creation worships God, that the mountains sing, the rocks cry out. And so I think if literally all creation worships God, then the animals worship God too, is what I think. And so sometimes I'll talk to Manolo and I'll talk to him about Jesus, and I'll assume, you know, that he understands me or he already has some understanding about God, because as the Bible says, all creation worships God. So that's another thing I think about. If all creation worships God, there's a possibility that my beloved Manolo will be in heaven. So those are the different like belief systems.
Well, quick question. Do you share the gospel with the other 3 dogs or just Manolo?
Definitely one of them I also share the gospel to. The other ones, no. I've never made the effort. Yeah.
Okay.
But that's just what I think is I've heard different ways and they all are possible. So I just think I'll know when I get there. And since heaven is perfect, when I'm there, we'll all be, you know,
you'll be happy either way.
We'll be in God's glory, and we're not going to be like, oh, frig, Manolo's not here. Like, there's not even going to be like room for
I'll be having a talk with God if Phoebe is not in heaven with me. You better believe it.
We will see. We will see. And I would say in a couple of years, but hopefully a little bit longer than that. Unless God comes back. God could come
I mean, that too. Please.
We should do an episode on everybody's eschatology, but we gotta keep moving.
I don't know what that word means.
So our next story is, this is a big hot topic with the Republicans, or not Republicans, conservatives. Vogue declares Jill Biden First Lady for all of us in cover feature, a joy multiplier. Melania Trump, a former fashion model, never graced the cover of Vogue as First Lady. Vogue magazine declared Dr. Jill Biden a First Lady for all of us in a joy multiplier in its August cover story, which was released on Tuesday. Author Jonathan Van Meter followed Biden, a community college professor, on the road as she met with students across the country, observing that in all the places she goes lately, she's honored as a woman with several degrees who has worked really hard her whole life at the most relatable job there is. My issue with this is I have no problem with her being on the cover. My issue is when you label her First Lady for all of us. That's my issue. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I mean, I thought Melania Trump deserved to be on the cover. I don't disagree that Jill Biden does not deserve to be on the cover. Did you also notice how Jill and Joe sound very similar?
Yeah, it's kind of cute.
Yeah. But I mean, I think it's awesome you have a working first lady and she has multiple degrees and all this other stuff. And like, I don't think there's anything wrong with her being honored on the cover. What's wrong is that A, Melania was not, and B, you labeled her as first lady for all. When Joe Biden has been one of the most divisive presidents and vice presidents.
Yeah, I agree. To that point, really quick on the divisiveness, I hate to say it, but I feel like after Obama, the joke is like anything happens from now on, it's like, thanks, Obama, because like the right's response to Obama was Trump. Like if Obama was not in office, we would never have a Trump.
Well, Sebastian and I were actually talking about this the other day, that when Obama was elected, he was elected as a moderate, going to unite the country. But he kind of got too big for his britches and said, screw you. Like, I'm not going to work together. I'm not going to compromise. And that is why we went from an Obama to a Trump. Because Obama decided, I'm not going to be a bridge builder. I'm going to be a divisor.
So I feel like unfortunately, for the rest of our unnatural life, unless God intervenes, we're only going to have like so our next president is probably going to be as polarizing as Trump.
Yeah.
And then the person I know is going to be as polarizing as Obama. It's just, we're literally just going to be doing Obama, Trump until Jesus comes back. So the whole first lady of all of us, that's just throw that out the window. Like I don't think we'll ever have a first lady for all of us.
No,
and
because
multiplier, like that's a weird thing to say. I don't know. She's just looking at her doesn't bring me joy.
Well, here's the thing. Like, if she was first lady for all of us, wouldn't that mean that essentially Joe Biden got like 90% of the vote, like won almost every state, stuff like that? And it was almost 50-50 with like a very slim margin of votes. So how can you label her first lady for all of us if like the country didn't pretty much unanimously vote them in?
And we've never been more divided.
Yeah.
I mean, I do think so. In 2018, was that? Whatever year I graduated college, that last semester I took a class on U.S. politics, and I did a paper, and I had to do on like how the majority of Americans are in the middle. Like for the most part, we are, there's definitely people have very strong values, but a lot, and not compromise, but there are a lot of things you're like, you know what, if that's what you want to do, I'm going to do this. Don't affect my culture. Don't touch. Anyway, so that's what I did. Like the majority, with my research, that's what I found out. The thing is, this is like, she isn't that for us.
Yeah.
There's no way. People just don't feel that way. And we're so polarized. Like the fact, and I mean, even like, Senate and Congress races a lot of them were very, very close. I mean, in North Carolina, and we've talked about this before, the Supreme Court justice won by 401 votes. That is so close. So like we're very, very polarized now. So there's no way it should have said Jill Biden first lady for half of us, and the rest of us are tolerant of her, if we're being honest.
Well, what about the unborn babies that she doesn't support?
True.
That's where my mind's at.
Yeah, she's literally not for all of us. As a matter of fact, she wants to get rid of a significant portion of us. But yeah, anybody else have any other things they want to add?
Yeah, I think it's sad that for some reason now she's the lady for all of us, and Melania, who had really good fashion and did so many beautiful things. Like I remember looking, I don't know if it was the FLOTUS Instagram page, and seeing all of the beautiful efforts that she did. She deserved to be on the cover.
I don't even know, like every first lady has their niche.
Yeah.
And I love Melania's is like be the best. That's like her thing, encouraging people to be the best versions of themselves. And really focusing on like encouraging kids from every walk of life, whether they're poor or rich or whatever, to you can do it. Like you can do whatever you want. I have not heard anything about Dr. Jill Biden's what her charity is.
That's a very good point.
Neither have I. I want to look at the FLOTUS Instagram now to find out.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm wondering if it's because she's working is why she doesn't. But I also feel like too, like
I would quit. I'd be like, this is it. This is what I've been born to do. Yeah. If your husband's been born to be president, have you not been born to be vice president? I mean, to first lady. To be first lady. I also
kind of feel she has stepped in more for speaking engagements for him than any other first lady has. And I wonder if that's why she hasn't.
So she and Kamala are running the White House pretty much.
That's my opinion.
Yeah. This definitely is Kamala's White House.
I'm seeing a lot of advocacy for the COVID vaccine is what I'm seeing.
Yikes. Well, here's the thing. The COVID vaccine is not going to be relevant in like a year or so. So, I mean, she's going to have to have a little bit deeper than that. It won't. We cannot let it. I don't care about this. I care about this Delta variant. if it hurts or affects somebody. I do care, but we have to, we have the vaccine. Let's move forward.
Another thing too is that Melania is this beautiful fashion icon, and yes, and she was an immigrant. So if we want to talk about like promoting minority voices.
Another thing that she's not polarized. Like, she's my favorite. I think my brother said something like, you know what? She's done nothing to nobody. Like, she hasn't, she's so like,
and that's there. Like the issue is like her last name's Trump, and like that's why she's polarizing. Even though like, I mean,
she's done nothing to nobody.
Yeah.
Okay.
But anyhow, all right. So our next story is actress Allison Mac sentenced to 3 years in NXIVM.
NXIVM.
Okay, sex slave case. How do you get NXIVM from that?
Every podcast I listen to, they say NXIVM.
NXIVM. Okay.
I have no idea.
Former TV actress Allison Mac was sentenced on Wednesday to 3 years in prison after pleading guilty to charges she manipulated women to becoming sex slaves within the NXIVM organization. Mac, best known for her role as a young Superman's close friend on the series Smallville, appeared in front of Judge Nicholas G. Garufis in Brooklyn federal court. At her sentencing in Brooklyn federal court, Mac renounced the self-improvement guru. I made choices I'll forever regret, she said, also telling the judge she was filled with remorse and guilt. I am sorry to those of you that I brought into NXIVM, she wrote in a letter filed with the court last week. I am sorry I ever exposed you to the nefarious and emotionally abusive schemes of a twisted man. She reiterated her apologies to the victims in court on Wednesday. From the deepest part of my heart and soul, I am sorry. Mac wept at times while reading her statement to the court. U.S. District Judge told her he believed her apology was sincere, but said she deserved a serious sentence for becoming a willing and proactive ally of Rainier. A victim, Jessica Jones, rejected Mac's apologies, telling the judge Wednesday that the actress deserved no mercy. She can blame Keith all she wants, but she's a monster cut from the same cloth, Jones said. Allison Mac is a predator and an evil human being.
So, did either one of you know about this before this moment?
No.
Okay, so I'll do most of the talking then. All right, so the True Crime Podcast cult person listener, I'll explain. So, long story short, NXIVM is this cult, but it started off as like, let's say, I would be like, Victoria, Melanie, come do these leadership classes with me. And we'd go to this really cute, fun leadership place, and we'd learn about how we can be better leaders, how we can grow ourselves. Honestly, it's like multi-level marketing. And you go and you do this, and you just keep paying. So once you get to a certain level, Allison Mac would be like, hey, this is our leader, this Keith Lanieri guy, and here are some things to do, X, Y, and Z. So sometimes people would end up like, for collateral, once you get to a certain level, that's when they start like doing all the culty stuff. And for collateral, they'll send like sex tapes, and people had to get branded with his initials. It just turned out to be this big, crazy thing. And what's so crazy is, y'all probably haven't seen it, but Smallville is probably this world.
I've seen parts of it.
Okay, it's this world's greatest superhero show.
Oh yeah,
it's even better than The Flash.
No, I disagree. Superman and Lois. Have you seen that yet?
No, it looks so cheesy.
No, not at all. I swear,
I have to try
this is the best show I've seen in years.
On the CW.
Mm-hmm.
Better than Riverdale? I'm just joking.
Riverdale, nuts. No, like Supergirl is extremely cheesy, but Superman and Lois, like, it's really good.
Is the actor plays
the same actor
as the one from Supergirl?
Yeah, but like Supergirl has like cheesy moments, like, and so does like The Flash, but this is more like an Arrow feel. Like Arrow doesn't have like this cheesiness to it.
Okay. Well, anyway, Smallville, really, really good show. And I think that's why this was so it became so big especially when it first happened, because I think she was arrested like 2018 maybe, like it's been a minute. And it was just because Smallville was so like, oh, everybody loves Smallville, oh, we know who she is, but she's like a pivotal person. I'm rewatching it with my dad, and like I know and she's like an important character.
Yeah.
So it was just crazy that someone like that, not that we knew, but someone we thought we knew would be a part of something so crazy. But the reason why I wanted to add this is like, this was definitely overshadowed by Britney Spears and everything that happened. It happened around the same time. This was overshadowed, but what is very upsetting is she just got 3 years when she was part of, like, she was high up and like she had influence. And to be honest, if a celebrity, well, that's not, I was about to say,
did you post a meme? Was it you that posted a meme that why are we in like a world where Bill Cosby gets out and she only gets 3 years? So what does that tell human traffickers and rapists? Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. And like the whole Bill Cosby thing, we could do an entire episode on that. Yeah. But yeah, like that's so odd to me. She's only getting 3 years, and she was high up. Like I was saying, I was gonna say, like, if a celebrity said like, hey, come join this thing, that I would say no. I mean, I would be like, yeah, I trust you. But the reality is like, I can't really think of a celebrity. Maybe if Chris Pratt, there we go. If Chris Pratt is supposed to be I was gonna say Justin Bieber, but no, I don't think I would trust Justin Bieber. Chris Pratt is the only person I can think of right off the bat who I would trust to be like, hey, it's this cool Christian. He probably has to say Christian leadership thing. Come join me. I'd be like, oh yeah, okay, Chris Pratt. So like the level of influence she had, I just cannot believe she got 3 years. Mm-hmm. That's so crazy.
I feel like those celebrities who are like either Bill Cosby or her, I think they're getting these short sentences or early releases because of their celebrity status. I want to believe that's why.
Well, the whole Bill Cosby thing, like we can go into this later, was that it was repealed because there was a civil lawsuit and those records were supposed to be kept like secret. But then the prosecutor pulled those records and then prosecuted Bill Cosby. So it was a whole, like, they just messed up. Like they didn't go by the process.
Yeah. So like with the Bill Cosby thing, he literally got out of a technicality, but that doesn't mean he's innocent. It just means that
no, he's not innocent, but he got out of a technicality.
Yeah, but I will say it does. Like, first of all, the prosecution should be beating themselves up right now. I'm sorry, I hate to say it, but they should. And then also, yeah. So I think the biggest thing with that is, or like to that meme about like, or to the tweet about what does this say? I think it says a lot about reporting. It says a lot about like whether you should speak up, and it's awful. And you know, I'm not a feminist. I know both of you identify as first wave feminists, but part of the reason, well, don't you? I thought or pro-life feminist. Don't you use?
I don't know. I've never heard a first wave feminist, perhaps.
So I learned this in my political science class. So essentially, the whole concept of feminism was just for men and women to be equal when it comes to pay, job opportunity, stuff like that. So a 21st century feminist is where it's like, F the matriarchy, women should be paid more than men, abortion, where like the original concept of feminism was just women trying to be able to work, get paid the same as a man that works and has opportunities.
Well, yeah, I definitely support those things. I guess for me, my idea of feminism also encapsulates like women should have the right to know their bodies and understand their fertility, and that a lot of our healthcare is focused and based off of the male anatomy and just like topics like that. Have you read Alyssa? So that's why I'm like, first wave? Is that encompassed in first wave? I don't know.
Well, okay. My whole point of saying this is, I don't consider myself a feminist for various reasons. But I'm saying this because I was very ignorant of a lot of, and part of the reason why I say that I'm not necessarily a feminist, and part of the reason why I have believed what I believed is because I was very ignorant of so many things that other women face. As weird as that sounds, like I had never really had any like negative experience with boys. I mean, other than like, you know, rejection, but like, you know, I've never been the one who was like, who has like, experienced like negative stuff. So, dang, I forgot. We did the whole feminist thing. Now I forgot why I was bringing that up. I forgot why I was bringing that up. My whole point.
What was the original thing was the celebrity who got 3 years.
I forgot my whole point, but I guess I'll just end on this. I think that we as women, I don't want to say that we're victims, but we do have to be made aware. Some things are not where they need to be just yet. And I think it's important for us to stand up and speak truth when we can.
Yeah, I definitely want to build off of that. I, as a survivor of sexual abuse, have heard other girls who've shared, I experienced this and that and that. And my first response is always like, I'm so sorry that happened to you. How are you doing? Have you found healing from that? Have you gone to counseling? Are you in counseling? But then the next thing that I feel like is often forgotten is, have you reported that? And so many girls who I've met, and I'm sure many of the listeners, if you've reached this point in the podcast, are really resonating with this, that their stories are not reported. They're gone unreported. And that angers me justly, because then that means those perpetrators are walking around freely, are living their lives freely. And studies show that these perpetrators, it's never a one-time offense, that they go on and they do the same thing. So it really just pushes the thought that we have to speak up, because if we don't, then the perpetrators within our family, our schools, our neighborhoods, and the celebrities from Smallville TV can continue living their lives and never receive the justice that ought to be served during this lifetime.
Yeah. And that was kind of what I was going to similarly say. Like, I didn't realize how certain instances had happened because I hadn't had it. So I was just listening to I was ignorant. I was listening to other people who, you know, I don't want to come off this way, but I'm gonna say it. Other men who haven't really had any life experiences talk about certain stuff, and I was very ignorant of that. And I think that when we listen to our friends and when we hear stories like this is a good time to put on your listening ears and to, you know, it's one of your listening ears. And I'll tiny sort of kind of push back on the standing up thing. I don't necessarily think, or to speaking out, I don't think you should not speak out, but I respect and understand those that don't, because I just know personally that would just be incredibly hard. So I understand why someone wouldn't.
Sure, and I can definitely empathize with why maybe the survivors of that celebrity or just other people in our everyday lives are afraid too, because it is a really hard phone call to make or drive to the police station to make. But like I said, the reality is then that perpetrator will never ever receive punishment in this lifetime. And they're also a potential harm to the surrounding community, family members, friends that they have access to. So if not for yourself, for others.
That's a good point.
Okay.
Well,
on a
lighter note.
On a lighter note, I'm adding this in too. Did you see Tom Holland and Zendaya are dating?
No.
Tom Holland, like the child?
No, Tom Holland, Spider-Man.
The child. Continue.
Dude,
I'm looking him up.
He's like in his 20s.
Is he? He looks like a kid.
Oh my god.
He looks like he's 15.
Yeah, so
Melanie.
I mean, I don't disagree. I look like I'm 12, but I'm still old enough to be married.
Are you? No, I'm just joking.
I
Oh my gosh, he's
for
our
her.
age. Guys, he's our age. He's 25.
I told you.
I did not know he was our age. I'm shook.
How old is Zendaya?
She's like 21, 22.
She's like James's age. Oh.
She's 24.
Oh,
Yeah, she's like my brother's age.
yeah.
Aw, I'm
So
happy for
Zendaya
them.
and
I
Tom
don't
Holland have been
like
spotted
it.
in a steamy car makeout session. Spider-Man co-stars Zendaya and Tom Holland solidified their on-screen romance with a passionate makeout session in Los Angeles on Thursday. The couple were photographed packing on the PDA at a red light during a sunset drive in Holland's car.
I'm not about it.
You're not? I think
No.
they're cute.
I don't stand.
Do you just not like Tom Holland?
Maybe that's what it is. Now that I'm like talking about it
Because
out
you're
loud,
like, ugh, the kid.
maybe I don't like him. I don't know. I feel like she can do better. I don't know. I just think he looks like a kid. He just looks like a child.
I
I
think
think he's a
cute together.
handsome kid.
Yeah. I think they look cute together.
That height difference, though.
Is it really that bad?
Oh, it's noticeable.
Oh. I mean, she's pretty tall.
But you know
Yeah.
what they say, love is love.
I think it's cute. Mal, don't ruin it.
Yeah, I think I'm being a hater. I don't mean
You
to be.
are.
I think I am though. I don't mean to be a hater, but I
Oh,
don't know.
they're in love.
Okay, we don't know if it's all that.
Oh, I think it's all that. The look in their eyes. They've done like what, 2 movies together?
Okay, you
No,
guys.
I was disappointed Zendaya was not in like any of the Avenger movies.
Yeah, but she's probably expensive, and they already are paying so much.
True.
And they had I mean, I'm sure what's his face did a couple cameos, and I know he was probably expensive too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he was in what Captain America Civil War. He was in the Avengers, the second to last one, then Avengers Endgame.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, Infinity
War. Thank you.
Infinity War, his little thing, I was doing fine. Like, I was like, oh, there's going to be another movie. There's no reason to be upset, Mallory. It's all fine. And then he said his little thing, and I was like...
You know that's all improv.
No, it wasn't. Oh my gosh,
Yep.
you made me cry again.
Yep, it was all
my
improv.
gosh, that was so... And I had already cried like 2 or 3 times during the movie because I'm just an emotional movie watcher. Melanie knows. And and I knew, I was like, I'm not going to cry in this part because it doesn't make sense. Like, it's going to be another movie. They're not dead. They're not dead. And then when I started crying, I saw with a bunch of guys, my friend, so that he started tearing up when he heard me crying because I was the only person like sobbing in the movie theater. But yeah, I mean, I don't dislike him. I don't know. I'm just not about it. I hope it works out.
He's your age, the kid.
Yeah. Well,
All
I
right.
think I'm just also, last part, and then we have to move on. I think I'm just also, so when people are in movies together and they date, it makes me really happy, but I think I'm kind of hurt now because they always break up. Vanessa Hudgens and Zach, my go-to couple. I thought they were meant to be. I still want them together, but
I don't know. Like, they were just so young. I feel, and that was like their first.
Weren't you married at 24?
Can I explain?
Go ahead. I'm listening. Go ahead.
No, I mean, I just think for them, like dating, like they were so young in their career. Like that was like their first like hit, like first, like that's how they became famous. And so I think it's just like trying to figure everything out and all of that. If like, because I think it's different because like I would say like Zendaya and Tom Holland are about the same age as like Zac Efron and Vanessa Hudgens when they started dating, but the Zendaya and Tom Holland have also been in movies and in the limelight and all that for years now, and so it's not getting fame all of a sudden. It isn't going to affect their relationship.
Fair. Okay. Let's just skip this one and I'll just do a blog post about this next one. Because we gotta zoom through. Okay, let me just do okay, so our little ad is kind of an ad, not really an ad. Everybody get ready. On July 31st, we'll be doing our very first Voice for the Voiceless event. It's going to be a 5K wherever you live. I'll be walking it. You can run it if you want, but Mallory will definitely be walking. So this will be one of our many Voice for the Voiceless community events. We'll be getting together to participate, and we're going to be raising money for Safe House Project. You do not have to be in the Charlotte area to participate. You can get a group together or walk in your own town, or you can do it on the treadmill, as long as you do it and take a fun picture and tell people why you're doing it. Safe House Project is uniting communities to end domestic sex trafficking and restore hope, freedom, and future to every survivor. Safe House Project's mission is to increase survivor identification beyond 1% through education, providing emergency services and placement to survivors, and ensuring every survivor has access to safe housing and holistic care. I did like 2 episodes about like my meeting, or like they came and spoke at an event, and I really like what they're doing. So I think this will be just something great for us to do. We don't just want to talk about how we care about things. We can do something. And this is something simple, easy, on the day of. Take a picture walking and post it and just talk about like why you think this organization is so important, so good. Information about it is on our website. You just go to thosearethe girls.com/events and you'll be able to find out more about it. We also have really cute t-shirts that were designed by Whitney Eddy. You should check out on our merch site. Okay, next.
Awesome.
Do you want to skip this topic and just do the next
Last
topic
one?
and then yeah,
because
we've gone forever.
We can save those for next week.
Yeah, so those are evergreen.
British billionaire Richard Branson plans to beat fellow billionaire and rival Jeff Bezos to space. Richard Branson, the billionaire founder of Virginia Galactic, will fly into space aboard
Virgin.
Did I say Virginia? I'm sorry. Yeah. Virgin Galactic will fly into space aboard his company's VSS Unity rocket plane on July for an up and down test flight, beating Amazon founder and rival Jeff Bezos into suborbital space by 9 days. The announcement from Virgin came just a few hours after Bezos announced the aviation pioneer Wally Funk will be joining him, his brother Mark, and a yet-to-be-named winner of an online auction for Blastoff, July 20th, aboard his company's New Shepard spacecraft. Both Virgin Galactic and Bezos Blue Origin are competing head-to-head in the emerging space tourism marketplace, both offering short rides just above the discernible atmosphere for a few minutes of weightlessness and spectacular views before returning to Earth. Along with both these space tours, both companies expect to fly researchers and experiments from government agencies and companies developing or testing space technology.
Okay, I really want to talk about this because I love this. This feels like the Olympics, where like it
feels like the Cold War, but between 2 billionaires.
Right.
Like the race to space. Cold War.
I want our billionaire to win. I want Jeff Bezos to decide tomorrow that he's leaving. Like that's how I want it to be, even though I'm not a fan of Jeff Bezos at all for various reasons. But like here I am rooting for him. I just think it's so funny. And then you guys haven't seen the video yet. I'll have to send it to you. In the video, the Virgin Galactic guy was like, we're not competing though. Yeah, it seems like we have some, and he was like, we have different reasons, but we're not competing. And I'm like, sir, like, if you weren't competing, then you would leave after he said that he was like, because Jeff announced when he was leaving, and you could
like months ago.
Right, and you coincidentally announce that you're leaving right before him, you're competing.
Like literally like days before you're leaving.
Right. I think it's hilarious. What do you think, Melanie?
I don't know who Richard Branson is.
Okay, so he's like the founder of Virgin Atlantic Airways. So he has like, we looked him up. So he has like, it's called Virgin Groups is his company. They have like 400 companies across multiple industries. Like
Virgin Mobile, the people who I get my cell phone service from. Well, not anymore because they were bought, but remember, no, never mind.
I mean, I know Virgin Mobile.
Yeah.
So I guess.
Yeah. And so he does like Virgin Airways, and he started as like a music industry record player stuff.
So, and he's from London, so he's not one of us Americans.
So that's why you're rooting for Jeff Bezos.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe that would have been better context.
Now I get it.
That would have been better context. Okay. So
yeah, I didn't know why.
Virgin Galactic guy, Richard, I keep want to call him Richard Spencer. Richard Branson is from London, so he's not an American, and he's a billionaire. And I guess he's our Jeff Bezos. And Jeff Bezos, he essentially is trying to do the same thing that Jeff Bezos is doing. And I just find it hilarious that these billionaires are trying to go out to space. And I think both of them are trying to do space tourism. So eventually, like Xenon, I don't know if you guys remember that movie, like Xenon will be able to go up into space and tour it. I personally have no interest in that, but I'm sure there's people.
Wait, when you say Xenon, are you referring to that Disney movie that would come on at like 1 a.m. And they had like a whole like school up in space.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's like a whole community that lived in space. So it's like these families with like they were all researchers, but they would bring like their kids and all that. So on Disney
how old
Plus.
are you?
I'm 22.
Oh, okay, so it's probably before you, because it was like right at us.
I saw that movie, but it would come on like late night Disney Channel.
We
like
saw
when
it.
We saw it when it would come on at 8 p.m.
8 p.m. 8. Wait, it was 8. 7 Central. Oh, so that means it'll come on at 7 for you guys. Disney movies came on at 7.
No, it was like, well, maybe. I just remember Disney movies would come on late at night, as you know how they just go all night long, and that's when I saw.
What time was your bedtime?
I didn't have one.
Oh, you were raised like a hippie. Okay.
I mean,
that explains so much. That explains so much.
I don't think it was like that though. I think it was just like a weekend, or I don't know. I don't have any memories.
They used to do like early 2000s like movies at like 1 a.m. But their newer movies would go on at 8 p.m.
My bedtime was 8 p.m.
Now I get it.
So
how did you even watch this?
Well, during the week.
Oh, so you were raised by hippies. That's how you were able to.
During the week, we had to be in bed by 8, and sometimes we were watching. If a really, really interesting movie would come on, we got 30 extra minutes, which made no sense because we never finished the movie.
Oh my gosh!
So you only saw like the first 30 minutes of Xenon, so you don't know what else happened.
I ended no, because on Fridays we could stay up past 8. So but our parents would watch the movie with us
to 8:45.
Well, technically till 10, whenever the movie would be over by like 10, and then it's like straight to bed. Because also too, normally Saturday mornings would be like a swim meet, a soccer tournament, this and that. You know, they had us in doing the most. But I still remember it's this movie. Okay, it's about their family was black and
Color of Friendship.
No, such a good movie though.
I love that
such
movie.
A good movie.
I watched that movie with my
Is
friend from South Africa.
Oh, my college roommate was from South Africa.
No, my friend, we're like present day friends. I watched it with her a few months back just because I wanted her commentary, and she had never seen the movie before. So got some good insights about South Africa and apartheid.
But not that movie. It was
what was the real movie?
There were scientists.
Superheroes.
No, that's another good one too. You know, my family loved that movie. Okay, but they were scientists, and their parents were aging backwards, like in their head. So at one point they were like 12, but they were like in adult bodies, and we never saw the end of that. And I still remember that to this day. I don't even know the name of it. I don't either. And I can't Google.
That's not
Black
Disney
family.
Channel.
It was on it was on Disney Channel, I promise. I can't Google
I
Black
remember
family
the one
aging.
with like Tia and Tamara Mowry in it.
Not that one. That's 17 again.
No, it's not. That 17 against of Zac Efron.
No, they're both called 17 again.
Really?
Was it called The Poof Point? Came out in 2001.
Read the synopsis.
Oh, maybe it was. Okay.
I know my movies.
Okay, so 17 again. The ones that got front actually has like 1-7. 17 again with Tia and Tamara. It was spelled out 17.
Oh,
that's the difference.
That's how you tell the difference. They're both really good and a good concept. Wait, so read out the synopsis of Proof Point.
Okay. 2 40-year-old scientists invent a time machine. On one of their test runs, they attempt to send 2 goldfish into the 1860s. Maybe this isn't the movie.
Wait, that kind of sounds familiar.
Their dog Einstein unknowingly tampers with the machine, and a critical component known as the vector modulator falls out, causing it not to function. Instead of sending the goldfish into the past, the goldfish are de-aged until the point before they were born, known as the poof point. The mom and dad are unaware of this as they leave to attend the graduation of their children, who are embarrassed by their parents' attempts at socializing and feel disconnected from them.
Yes, wait, this is the movie. Okay, wait.
It's called The Poof Point.
Wait, what did you Google?
I literally typed in Disney movie Black family aging.
That's funny. Google knows everything. Okay. A couple years. Well, I guess I feel like I did that a couple years ago and it just didn't work. So I like quit. But I guess, when you add more stuff to the internet.
That pops up, Mallory.
Well, no, but like over the years, when you add things to the internet, like more things will pop up. That's what I'm guessing. Because I looked and I could not find it. And I would look at the list. There's like a list of all the Disney Channel movies ever created. And I would like look to see if any of the names sounded familiar. I want to see that movie. Now it's probably not on Disney Plus yet. If it was 2000.
It is on Disney Plus.
It's on Disney Plus.
Oh, it's on Disney Plus?
Yeah.
Oh, ayo. I know what I'm doing on my day off.
You need to find out the ending.
I have to know, do they live?
It came out in 2001. So it's been 20 years.
It's been 20 long years.
Actually, 20 years.
It's been 20 long years, but I'm gonna finally figure out what happened. I think it was like 7.
Dude, I can tell you what happened just now. I'm reading the plot on Wikipedia.
No, don't tell me. I want to watch it. I want to watch it and feel the pure sense of relief. Like I did it. I saw it. Okay, so all that to say, Jeff Bezos is going to space 9 days after Richard Branson, and LOL at them as being billionaires fighting over it, and then the rest of us are just like, ooh, look at that. Because we're not going to space. I wonder how much money it's going to cost to do space exploration as just a regular human.
I want to do it.
Oh, you want to?
I mean, I'd be down. I collect magnets for every state and country I've been to. So I would love to get a magnet for space to add to my magnet collection.
Pretty sure you could just do that at the rocket launch.
Melanie, you think you're going to get on the space station and they're going to have
a gift
souvenir store?
Probably at the point that normal civilians are allowed to go.
It's a good
Why would there not be a gift shop?
I mean, I guess capitalism. That's hilarious.
No, I was gonna make a joke. It's not good. Okay. Well, that's all the stories that I have for this week.
Okay, I want to hear the joke when we get off air. Okay. So our last thing we're gonna do is our women posting their our women. Women and their W Spotlight. It is brought to you by Culture of Life 1972. Head on over to www.col1972 and use our code Those Other Girls 1972 and get 10% off of your purchase. 100% of your purchase goes to pro-life causes. So, our women and their W's is Kim Kardashian West this year. Oh,
she's still West.
She's still West. Well, in this article, she's West. Well, it's her because Skims is the official underwear for the U.S. Olympic team. Kim Kardashian West
and loungewear.
And loungewear.
Yeah.
Yes, it's not on here, but yes, I do remember saying that. Kim Kardashian shapewear brand Skims will provide the official underwear, loungewear and pajamas for female American athletes at the Tokyo Olympic and Paralympic Games this summer. Miss Kardashian West announced the partnership on Monday, sharing images of Team USA's athlete modeling the collection on Instagram. Ever since I was 10 years old, I've heard every single detail about the Olympics. Miss Kardashian West wrote in a post alluding to Caitlyn Jenner, who won a gold. At first, I was like, why on earth? But then I forgot about that. The Catalonian event in 1976 Olympic Games and was married to her mother, Kris Jenner. When I received the call inviting Skims to be part of the Team USA, every moment I've spent admiring the strength and energy of Olympians from the sidelines came full circle.
That's awesome.
Love that for her. And we'll end on this. I want to take this moment to say, everyone, if you have a dream, if there's something you really want to do, go for it. Seriously, go for it. Obviously, our path will not be the same as Kim Kardashian West because our father did not let OJ off and we aren't filthy rich. Obviously, it's not going to be the exact same path. But I think it's just a good example of we all know how she became famous. And now she's providing the shapewear for the Olympics. That's a huge, huge deal. So she's just a reminder that keep going. You can also, too, you can switch up what you want to do and like your talent or whatever it is. You can switch that up at any time. You don't have to, if today you decide you want to be a golfer instead of, that's a bad example because I'm gonna ignore sports because you got to do sports for life. If today you decide you want to be a lawyer while you're finishing up med school, you can do that. If that's what you want to do, you can do it. You can do it. Sports is a little bit different and music as well. But everything else, I want you to know you can do, everybody.
I mean, golf, you can go pro like in your 50s. Like there's like a senior tour.
Yeah, but I feel like you should at least have started when you were younger.
Not necessarily. You could have a natural knack for it.
That's true. I did not have a natural knack.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, you're a professional.
Not really, but okay.
She's a professional. Okay. So humble. Okay. So anybody have anything they want to add to this? We've gone on forever.
I'm looking at the Skims Instagram.
It's so cute, isn't it?
Yeah, I definitely like it. It's way out of my preferred price range, so I won't be buying anytime soon. But yeah, like I'm down with this nude theme going on.
Especially like shapewear. I think I haven't seen the pajamas. I bet the pajamas are cute. And I mean, that's really cool that she had the opportunity to do that.
I mean, I think it just takes her business to the next step, you know? Like, I think it, like, not, what is the word? It's not a credits, but it kind of gets, like, validity to her business.
Yeah, she's not just a Kardashian that became famous off of a sex tape. Like, that is when I think of Kim Kardashian now, that's the last credit I don't think of that anymore. Of her. That's not, and I think that's awesome that she's done that. And you know, I hope that she has worked on her relationship with God. And I think that that's just the side note in there. And I think that how she's improved so much from that time to now is just evident that like you don't have to hold on to the things you've done in your past. Like if you've made mistakes, and I don't know if she considers that a mistake, but if you've made mistakes, that doesn't have to still be who you are. You can move past that. Like seriously, that's the sex tape is like one of the last things I think of when I think of her. And I think that's a testament to how hard she works, to what she did as a brand, to just a Kardashian name, I guess. Wow. All right. So thanks everybody for listening. If you want us to become famous like the Kardashians, please head over and donate. I'm just joking.
Well, that's a good segue.
I mean, it is a good segue. The only way you become famous like the Kardashians, like that much famous, we'd have to go out and do some crazy stuff. that
or just become like TikTok famous, I think. Like post a lot of TikTok content.
The thing is, I think that the time to become TikTok famous, like, is kind of over now. Like, if you were going to do that, you should have done that last year.
Really?
Yeah.
It's over?
Never, ever.
I mean, it's never over, but like how easily, like, two of my friends get money from TikTok and like love them to death, but they're just like regular people. And like, but they hopped on TikTok at the very beginning. But they're just regular people, as opposed to, like, for example, like if we had started this podcast like 3 years ago, we'd be rolling in dough because it was just before it was.
I feel like all that means is that in 3 years from now, then will come the dough. And if somebody hops on TikTok now, then in like a few years.
Yeah. Oh no, I don't think it's like completely over, but the earlier you get into stuff, the quicker it is for you to become,
100%.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm sure like you can still become famous on TikTok, but it'll take a minute as opposed to taking a second. You get my drift?
Yeah.
But yeah. So
like I've had my Instagram since 2012.
Oh.
Yeah. So sometimes people look at my account and are like, how do you have so many followers? Right. But I'm like, well, I mean, I've had my account since the beginning of Instagram. So that may have something to do with it.
How many do you have?
Like 3,000.
Okay.
Anyways.
But yeah, so
becoming Kim Kardashian famous is possible.
Absolutely.
If you work hard, if you want to jump on the TikTok, train.
But I will say certain things, and which is why I think those other girls is probably not going to, it's going to take a little bit longer than other people. Certain things you have to just come out and say polarizing stuff, or you have to not, I don't want to say debase yourself. That's way too dramatic, but you have to like if I went out and said, I think all pro-choicers are evil and they eat peanut butter naked or something like that, and like some people retweeted it and it was, oh my god, yes, queen. And then I came on here and said, yeah, and then blah blah blah, that pro-choice. If I said, then yeah, people would be like, yes, queen, oh my gosh. But if I say something more nuanced, like, you know what, some of these people, I feel bad for them because they really don't know. Let's see how we can work to change culture. Actually, let's all go out and campaign. Then people are like, oh, okay. So it takes a little bit longer. That's all I'm saying.
Eat peanut butter. Imagine in like a year when you're famous that somebody takes that soundbite, just that soundbite, no context,
peanut butter naked,
uses it against you.
Mallory Finch thinks pro-choicers eat peanut butter naked. That's hilarious.
No, they wouldn't be eating peanut butter because of peanut allergies.
Oh. And you can't
Probably
eat peanut butter in
seed
public
butter
anymore. Sunflower seed butter. Is that good? Anyway,
it's actually very good. That's part of the Alyssa Vitti and the Flow. She had it for
what phase?
luteal. Is that the one before menstrual?
Yes.
They had it for the luteal phase. Put that on toast with hemp hearts.
Oh, okay.
And so you're way far in the book.
Well, we both bought the
monthly membership.
There's a monthly membership for the book?
It gives you recipes and like ways to plan your day and stuff like that. I'll have to show you. It's really very good.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. I started a phase today, and tomorrow I'm going. Oh, I guess I'm not gonna go tomorrow. The day after tomorrow, I don't think. Oh, yikes! Someday, hopefully this week, I'm gonna go and shop for it. It's like a shopping list and everything, and like recipe ideas.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, so you I know.
He's reading it. Yeah. Okay, so guys, so everyone please donate, because you know what? These ramblings we have, we could do lives. If you donate enough, we can all retire and do this full time, and we can do lives where we do these ramblings and even talk to you, so it's not just rambling on this episode. How amazing would that be? So donate, link is in our bio. Also too, get ready for our 5K. That's going to be fun. We have cute merch available. Also, I think that's it. I hope you, rate, review, subscribe. Please, please, please. If you can't donate, that's fine. We understand. $5 to $10 there does make a difference. But rate, review, and subscribe. Share with all your friends. Let everyone know about this podcast, because part of the biggest thing, and then I'm really going to end it on this, is part of the biggest thing when I was explaining to somebody about the podcast and somebody asked me about it is why listen to you? Everybody talks about these topics. Yes, but we're doing it from a Christian conservative perspective. Yeah, these are fun topics, but let me tell you something that we didn't do during this. We didn't curse. We didn't have to bring up how X, Y, and Z is oppressed, and we didn't have to say, like, you know, women need sex or something. I don't know. You know how these other podcasts listen to it. That's what's different about us. That's why you should share with everybody. Thank you all for listening, and you have a good rest of your day, week, month, year, whenever you listen to this. Bye.
Bye, guys.
God bless America.